Hey everybody, I'm Adam Maitland. I'm the designer of customized Teachables, and I just wanted to give a few minutes to give you some background information on who I am and then talk a little bit about what my site's trying to offer. To start off, I've been in education for the last 12 to 13 years. I started in Oregon where I was an instructional assistant for 6 years. I worked in a whole bunch of different programs working with students from birth to 21. I got to be in just about every type of special ed program they offered. I've worked with different teachers, different learning styles. I really focused on students with autism, where I created reading materials, writing materials, and math materials to help them grow. I focused a lot on what their interests were, what their goals were, and what I could do to not only give them new material to work with, but build their intrinsic motivation. And you'll find that that's really the baseline of the materials I create. I see the benefits of it, extrinsic motivation with the points and trying to give those rewards and all that, but nothing beats intrinsic motivation. So when we can get our students interest into their curriculum, when we can get them to see and make the learning their own, I've opened up different worlds for kids that had given up, for kids that have been struggling for the most of their time in their education life, and really have allowed them to kind of respark their wanting to learn. So that's one of my biggest goals behind the different materials that I make. In addition, I then moved from Oregon to Idaho, where I taught my first K through 3 autism program. It was one of my favorite programs to be in. With the materials I created, I was able to establish a way for my students' language development, whether it be verbal or sign language or using picture books. But the whole curriculum I designed integrated all the materials and all the different standards we had to meet and really allowed them to be successful with it. Then I moved to Tennessee where I became a resource teacher, grades 3 through 5, and I really focused my time on designing different reading curriculum. I was working in an inner city school, and a lot of those kids are just not motivated to spend time in a book. And so what I focused on the most was what can I do to help them, one, feel successful, but two, to find that motivation to want to read on their own. And so the materials I created really helped give them that doorway to open and go through and check out all these cool books and find out that they were able to read and they were able to access some of these really cool worlds. Then I moved on where I taught second grade for the last 4 years. Absolutely loved it. Really gave me an idea on how to build structured lessons with a pacing guide, with a stronger sequence, and paying attention to how the standards build on top of each other. Throughout those 4 years, I was able to facilitate many PDs on data collection and how to use that data to run small group instruction and whole group instruction. And then within the last couple of years, I did state trainings where I learned about what we're really looking at to do with our reading standards, and how we can start creating different materials to not just focus on one standard per lesson, but really start showing how to be a strong reader and combining those standards and making a bigger focus while still keeping in mind their kiddos. So we want to make it fun, we want to make it interesting, and we want to make it age appropriate. Now I'm currently teaching special ed again, where I work with kids K to 3, and I've been enjoying it a lot. I got a great group of kiddos this year, and the materials that I've been putting together and using the different rubrics and the different reading texts that I've chose have had such success that I got 2 kiddos that are starting to move beyond what I'm offering for my reading lessons, and we're meeting those needs. Their math is growing, and even their motivation to do their writing has been huge, especially because they get to type it and they like being on the Chromebooks. So that's been pretty neat too. A lot of my materials are able to be put online and used as an online course. I just haven't gotten to that component yet because I'm still in that battle of I want handwriting versus just solely typing. So that's a little bit about my educational background and my career background. But what I would like to show you and talk to you a little bit more about is what Customized Teachables is willing to do. I've created tons of materials in the last 12 years, and I get lots of great feedback from how it's helped not only the teachers but the students, that it's giving the students that intrinsic motivation that they're not fighting the curriculum as much, and that they're excited to get into their work. So what I want to offer is not just, here's the stuff that I created, go use it, but what I found is, I search Teachers Pay Teachers, and I search Pinterest, and I'm constantly looking, oh, I need this, and then what I end up doing is I create it myself. So what I want to do is I want to offer that to everybody else. Spending hours searching for something, or you want to create it, but one, you're not sure how, or two, you're just kind of like, I don't have the time or the energy, I got so many other things to do, so this thing looks close enough to what I wanted, I'll just use it anyway. Well, what Customized Teachables is here to offer is you spend a little bit of time with me, tell me what you want, tell me what you need, and I'll create it for you. Anything. I can create posters, I can create word walls, I can create worksheets for reading, for math, for writing, for science. I've created STEM projects with easy to flow lessons. Everything that I've done really designs around the team rubric. So if you have questions or need some help, or just want to talk about how you can up your scores on the rubric for evaluations, I'm more than happy to talk with you about that. And the materials I make, I can show you how it aligns to the rubric, or what components can be added or taken away or used to make it even better. My main goal, though, is to take your ideas and bring them to life, because when you have that ownership yourself, your teaching can become even stronger, because now you're getting exactly what you have pictured in your head, and then your kiddos benefit even more. So go ahead, schedule with me a free consultation, and let's see what Customized Teachables can do for you. Have a great day. Bye.